Hi folks, welcome to KZ Trapping Productions. Today we're going to cover how to skin a fox and a coyote. Obviously here I have a nice coyote. It's a big male we caught this morning. The reason this video is titled Skinning a Fox and a Coyote is because the process is going to be the exact same for each. So everything we do on this coyote today, you're going to do the same thing on a fox if you catch one of those. One of the things that you will want to do with a coyote that you probably won't want to do with a fox unless he's very, very bloody is wash it. Foxes are hard to get the fluff back up. You can do it, but it takes a lot of extra time. You got to wash coyotes no matter what. They just stink. You don't want to send them to the auction house like that. But like I said, other than that, as far as where you're going to make the incisions, how you're going to skin it, it's all going to be the same process. So we're going to move them over to the skinning table, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Alright, well, we're back. We got our coyote over here on the table. We're going to go ahead and start getting this thing ready to put him back up on the gambrel and get all the hide off of him. First thing you're going to do right here on this back leg is just kind of start down here, get yourself a little incision going. Then you're going to go straight down the back of the leg, all the way up to the end of the anal opening and come out. We're going to do the same thing on the other leg. Go right up the back of it, all the way up. I'm going to bring it out. Right like that. Now, your two cuts should be just up here on either side of the anal opening. Get in there, slice through it, start going up the tail. You want to go up the tail about 4 to 5 inches. Get that worked open. You're going to need this for when you split it here in a little bit. Now, as far as that goes, that's all you really need to do before you put him up on the gambrel. So we're going to switch back over to that, and we're going to finish skinning this thing out. Alright, well here we are with part 3. We got the coyote back up on the gambrel, and now we're going to start getting into removing the hide. Just going to start up here at the top of the leg, get in here, and right there where his heel ends, you don't need that. You can just start making incisions around it. It doesn't have to be pretty. The ends of these things never are. So just start getting through it. Start working it down. And that's where you're going to want to go on this one. Once you get it broke through, you can pretty much just grab a hold of it and pull. At least getting started down through there. We'll do the same thing on the other leg. Spin him around here, we can get some grip on him. Alright, and we're going to start working him down. Okay, now start pulling him down here. Let's get him here where you can see him. Just keep pulling. You always want to go down and in, because when you get up here on the back end of a coyote, down here around his butt, there's a bone and you can feel it. You can tear them, and I've done it. And if you've skinned very many of them before, or ever do in your life, I will promise you that you will too. It happens. But you want to try to avoid it happening, obviously. So, there we go. There's nothing wrong with letting the knife help you. That's why we've got them. Use them. All right. Let's get that one down. Like I said, this is a big male. These big male coyotes are pretty tough sometimes. I've seen a lot of big male animals this week, especially the further you get into season, the tougher they seem to want to be. I'm not 110% sure why that is, but it seems to be what I've noticed. Alright. Now, up here on the inside of the leg, get it down as far as you can. Pull it in, right towards the middle. Same thing on both legs. Pull him down, and in right here. Alright, once you do that, get in there, poke your knife through, just go up with it, get him on down. Alright, so we're going to go back here around the back of the tail, where we started our incision, and start working that down. We went about 4 inches up. Just like on the other videos, the animals that have longer tails, just kind of pull it down until you get to the end of that incision. Grab your tail strippers. There you go. That tail's out. Get the tail zipper. There you go. Split all the way down. Alright. Use that tail right there. A little bit of help if you need to. Be careful when you're doing the belly on coyotes and foxes. You can tear one open. And after you do it one time, you will be sure not to do it again. They do not have a pleasant smell on their insides at all. Before we get going too far here, go over here, right above that knee. You can see where it bends right there. Go in there, right behind it. If I can get my knife to work, apparently I need to sharpen it. There it goes. Ooh, I got myself that time. Alright, I'm going to grab my loppers here. If all this fails, get out the bone saw. Either way, this coyote does not need his front legs. There you go. Ugh. Okay. There we go. Anyway, knock those front legs off. Just keep going down. A lot of this you can pull on. Just get it to come loose. Again, be careful that you don't bust through that belly. You will not be happy if you do. And again, if you need to, take your time, let the knife help you. When you get down here around the front legs, you want to start being careful because you can cut them right there too. So take your time. You don't want to make your hide less valuable than it needs to be. You just always want to be cutting on that white membrane that holds the skin to the body. That's all you want to cut. Here we go. All right. Getting down here, keep pulling on it. You can see with this band of skin right here, it starts to come down and meet this. That's where your front legs are. You can just go right through it and get that opening back up. So we'll keep working down. You get right here in between these front legs. Take your thumb, start working it down in there, and pull a lot of that loose just by yourself. And remember, you already cut these front legs off. So now, when you get down to them, you ain't gonna fool with skinning them out. Just pop right out of there. If you leave a little bit of meat on them, no big deal. If you want to go back and flesh them anyway, you can knock it off then. Now, you get down here around the neck, you're going to get some bleeding out of these front legs. If you look at that neck, you can tell where the jugular vein is on a coyote. Do what you can to avoid it, because if you don't, you have never seen something bleed so much. Once you get up there to the ears, Pretty much got him whipped from that standpoint. Anyway, just again, be careful around this throat area till you get up there to the ears and the jaw, where you know you're safe. So, we're getting pretty close. But you can see them, two big veins. I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not. There's one right there, there's another one on the other side. Cut either one of them open, you'll have a mess. Just keep pulling down. Notice I'm not real concerned about this coyote being on the floor with all the blood and stuff laying down here. As I mentioned earlier, we're going to wash him off here after a bit. So it's all going to get out of there anyway. So, alright. We're down here in downtown Charlie Brown now. Alright. Feel around there. Feel the ear. Cut down through it. It'll cooperate. Sometimes they go a little easier than others. There we go. Keep going down here around the head. Stick your finger up in that ear hole. Give you something to hold on to. There's nothing that says you can't. Just keep going down. Pull. Get that white exposed so you can see what you're doing. Remember, keep one thing in mind. If you ever don't know what you're doing or where you are, stop. Figure it out. And then go back to it. Whatever you do, you don't want to be cutting holes in your animals. If you have to, take your hand, run it up the inside here. Say, oh, there's his eye. Now I know where I don't want to cut. Or do in this situation. Just keep working him down. Go. My feet are tired. We'll cut through that right there on the side. Start working it down. Don't worry too much about that bottom jaw. You don't need it. Get your finger in there. Get through it. Start going down the top. That's the important part. Get down in there a little bit, take your knife, go up. Get that. bad things about a coyote, man. They are one of the bleedingest things you will ever club in the head. I club my coyotes, I don't shoot them. I'll give them 2 or 3 good whacks in the head and call it a day. When you get to this point, if you need to, there's too much blood on it, get you a dry towel. Start getting down here around the nose. We'll try and get as much of this cartilage out as we can. And just get down to that nose, buddy. You got her whipped. Alright. And we're loose. Take that rag here. Wipe all that extra off of it. And all that's left is the fleshing and skinning process, and you're good to go. And that is a skinned coyote. It's also a very large coyote. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something. I hope you'll be able to find it useful in your day-to-day trapping expeditions. Check out some more of our videos at kztrappingproductions.com or KZ Trapping Production on YouTube. Thanks. Alright, well, here we have another coyote. We'll have to get over here pretty quick and get this dispatched. Charlie apparently does not like coyotes. She's doing everything she can to get over there and fight with that thing. It's not going to be a good idea for her. That's a nice big sized coyote. Feeling pretty good about it.